walking on holy ground. I don't know how long I'll be around. I can hear that sound of trumpets blowing, coming down.
Down here. I was doing it all. Yeah, open mics, karaoke from hell, open,
So I don't think we were still Juggating anymore, but Tim was doing the open mic. And he
Right.
was always pulling me to come down there, and he's always pulling you to come down there to
Exactly.
to validate the open mic and to keep people coming.
Just to get back into, the stage and play again, I started the divining rods right out of, I did eventually go to jail because I was avoiding that. Another reason I went south, because I had warrants, for possession that I never came back. I missed court dates, and then you get your warrants. So they finally got me when I came back. I was here for a year. I was even playing a few little gigs here and there, and then finally my wife was out on the street, and I was with her, and they asked for ID, and boom, we went to jail. But got that out of the way, and in jail, I that's where I really wrote it down on paper, and all I thought about was music and how I'm going to plan, and I'm going to do this new band, and I'm going to, I remember I'd been listening to Nick Cave's Let Love In. I pictured, I'm going to do this Nick Cave kind of band, a bunch of guys, and it's going to be just cool and dark, but hopeful, and, so I came up with the Divining Rods and new songs, but music is what saved me, and, friends and love, people that love what I do and love me, otherwise I'd be dead, like so many that I know are. Yeah, and I got over not making it, in a big way, like many of my acquaintances had bands like Soundgarden who started out opening for me, and I knew Courtney Love when she was just a teenager. She lived in our band house, and had a trust fund, and she became a household name,
But I get that way too, because I know I did a lot on the other side of the business, and it's like I know people, and how come I'm not getting any traction? But the reality is, and intellectually I know this. It hurts my feelings still, but intellectually I know this. But it's like, that guy isn't. He's the guitar tech for that big, huge. He's not. Even if he's the singer of that band, he's still not. I mean, they don't have the power. The power that they do have, or any ability to help, isn't what we would hope. I mean, at best, if you've got somebody who's completely in charge of something, they can get you on a show with them,
right?
Or on a limited run of a thing. But the reality is, the more successful somebody is, the bigger they have, the more infrastructure they have. They don't have all the control to just wave the wand and make it happen.
And they got people handing them their albums and CDs here.
Yeah, exactly.
To your record company.
But,
right.
And honestly, I don't want to be that. I don't want to be that guy that calls up my friend after that I haven't talked to for a while and said, "Hey, you guys are coming through. Can I? I don't want to be that guy."
I've tried that too. Yeah, and it's not up to me. They're past the plan.
But on the other hand, Lanigan has great things to say about you and talks about you. And then you went up a couple years ago and did or redid a Snowbud album with Jack and Dino, right?
Right.
And so it's there.
Yeah.
I mean, the people are there, and that's like an example of that. I mean, that's what he can do, is he can go up and he can open up the sound house, and he can let's make this album, and then and I hope that helps. Kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it's there. It's there for sure.
Artists are they get noticed long after they're done or dead, But it took a few years to really get it together, and I met Erica, and she had her own band, Serpentone, and put out an album, and she got some good reviews, like in Village Voice with what's his name, Everett True, and she had some spirit. And when Lux Interior died, and we did a Cramps tribute, and I really thought, wow, I like this limited thing, because I always loved the Cramps when they would come around. From the first time I saw them at the Met in 1982, they blew my mind what a sound they got with two guitars, drums, and a singer that was amazing. And he's a one-of-a-kind singer. And we did a tribute. It came off great. People liked it. And then Paul Vega was the drummer. He was an interesting guy and a good drummer, and I really liked playing with him. So Eric and I had an idea. Let's put together this blues-based, you know, kind of 60s garage style band, which is 2 guitars and drums, a 3-piece. And we were so into it that it did have its own kind of magic and drive. And we, I was going to say, you know, the Blue Frog thing, I got so frustrated, so angry. I found myself lose my mind, and so did Erica. You know, we were just working night and day, and she's on the computer, and you know, it got to the point where it's just like you're tearing your hair out, and your drummer leaves, and we were going to do a show at South by Southwest. We were booked and everything, and had 3 different shows. And it was, then he leaves, and then he writes us, oh, I don't know, man. I don't know if they want Erica. They like what you do, but they don't want Erica. You know, that pissed me off. It was just like personal differences. Like that's what our drummer's telling us, you know, from down there in Texas. So we fell apart and lost sight of everything. And then then I tried writing my life story, and it's still sitting. I dabble with it now and then, but I spent a good 1.5 years poring over it, writing, and kind of like I'm spilling my guts here today. And I saw how much there was there, and so many stories to tell. But then I got to the point like, who cares? You know, I mean, does anybody really want to hear all this? I mean, I love autobiography or biographies about movie stars and rock stars because I'm a fan. You know, I'm always have been. But it's just realizing what you're, you know, who does care. And so I decided to have fun, and I finally just did this because Newman Deluxe come with me, just to play now and then. And sometimes I feel like an old man hobby band, you know, like, well, we meet every week and we play and drink beer and, you know, smoke some bong hits, laugh it up. But sometimes it's better for you physically, you know, because you can
to just adjust, mitigate your expectation for a while.
Yeah, and that's how I'm at. And that's how I feel. And you know, I still have glimpses of, you know, wanting to be known. And
in your experience, maybe not even across the board for everybody, but like for you, does it fit well to be a band or be an artist today versus all the rest of the time that you've been trying to work through it and get it?
It's still important to me, and it's all I really know how to do, really. And I'm driven to. I've been all these things I do on my own, and I'm putting them out, you know, on the internet because it's so much cheaper than trying to press vinyl or even CDs are cheap. But and I know some of it's just like, you know, throwaways, and some of it.
That's what this is. It's like, you know, hell, you got the idea, write it, record the song, put it out, and maybe you at the end of it you wind up getting paid.
Maybe I would be happy if people. I've got like at least 300 published songs. If I could get some big artists to do a song or two here or there, that would be really cool. Put it on their album. Like, if it becomes a hit, I think there's more money in it. Like, you know, Lanigan, he said he's doing my song on the Napalm album called. He says, I'm going to do it for you in your honor. It's called Holy Ground, and I can't wait. That's going to be July to see him do that. That's a step in the right direction.
Walking on holy ground, the feeling will astound. The dirt is such a brown. Remove your shoes, the edge of town. Go back and tell the people you saw a falling star. It was a sign from heaven. You can't stay where you are. I wanna stay. walking on holy ground.